All right, and finally, Tua Tagovailoa will make his return for the Dolphins tomorrow. The Dolphins play the Cardinals. It's obviously been a process getting here. I was there the night that Tua suffered the concussion. It's just a very scary situation. The Dolphins really wanted to put this in the doctor's hands. Tua, for his part, never showed any desire to walk away from football. He always, and I think you can see it in his press conference, was resolved to come back and play again, which is his decision. But they did over the last few weeks seek out a lot of information. They sought outside opinions. And Tua, as a result of all of that, has been cleared to play and obviously feels comfortable coming back and playing again. Over the course of the month or so that he was on injured reserve, he maxed out just about everything that he could have possibly done. Obviously he wasn't allowed to practice, but as far as meetings, as far as getting work on the side, as far as throwing when he could, he did everything that he possibly could, as his health allowed. And then coming into the last week, he really hit the ground running. And he was there for the start of the work week at 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning. On Thursday, there was a ball he hit about 40 yards downfield to Tyreek Hill, where the coaches sort of looked at each other and thought to themselves, we're back. I mean, this is a very big deal for Miami, beyond just it being their starting quarterback. So much of what they do is based on timing and anticipation. And because it's a timing and anticipation based offense, the receivers uncover very quickly. The ball has to be out fast. And it just hasn't been. And that's not really the fault of Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley. They're just not as equipped to do what Tua does as Tua himself is. And that led to some frustration over the course of the last couple of weeks on the part of other skill players, that the offense wasn't working for them the way that it had previously. But now it is. And what I think the staff saw in practice this week, what the players saw in practice this week, is that timing and anticipation is going to be back in the offense. And it makes the Dolphins a completely different team. So it should be really interesting to see if they can climb back into the AFC East race. They've obviously dug themselves a little bit of a hole. They're 2.5 games behind the Bills there in the AFC East now. They do not have the tiebreaker against the Bills, having lost that game the night Tua got hurt. But a lot to be excited about for the Dolphins and Tua. And of course, it's okay to be a little worried about where he is physically too, coming off the concussion. But again, like, never really considered retirement, was never really on the table in his mind. And he will be back on Sunday.